many students, you cannot really know their strong point because some of them, people write WAEC for them.
True.
You remember there was a time that my son, when he was in JS3, long holiday, I sent him, he was learning babbling. A counselor will never allow you to say anything and you will hear it outside. And for those of us who are psychologists, when people behave somehow, we look at them, we smile and go away. You know where they are coming from.
True.
When you want to prove that you know every time, it will never work out.
Welcome to Leading Vision Podcast. It's your host, Emmanuel Ame, aka Leader. We don't come again now. So to amazing viewers out there, back to back, we're open to suggestions, topics, those things you want us to talk about. Please bring it on. We dare here for you. Now today in the house, of course, not the usual. I have an amazing guest today on the show. Now this is one guest where you don't see every day because this person is not just a mother. She's not just a role model. Now, because she's all of this, but then that is not just what, when you want to talk about her, she's a lot of things. My mommy is a beautiful person. When you say beautiful, mommy don't, but mommy still no one grief for us. Like mommy take 2024 slogan serious from day one. From day one, they have no mommy. Mommy no they grief for you. Like she's still back to back. So she's one person you want to listen to because clearly even she herself, she no let herself down. Talk more of that person after 2 kids, you look like you don't finish, your life don't end and stuff. I'm talking about no other person but Dr. Mrs. Martina Ijale. She's a senior lecturer, mommy will correct me if I'm wrong now, HO, the head of Department of Guidance and Counseling in the estimable Federal College of Education, Zaria, Kaduna State. Mommy, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, mommy, we'll have a very amazing topic today to discuss. Counseling youth. I don't come for now. So that we will talk. Saying I don't want to do fraud, I don't want to hook up again. There's another option. Probably when you're able to put attention to this, you will learn. So get your jotter because something there for you today. Counseling youths. You're putting into 3, they said from the educational guidance, vocational guidance, and personal social guidance.
Thank you very much. Generally, when we talk of guidance and counseling, it's a helping profession. We are behavior modifiers. We try to shape a behavior, guide someone through on the right path. And where maybe you have gone wrong before, we try to bring you back on the right track. Now, when we're looking at guidance and counseling in general, we focus majorly in these 3 areas, which are educational, vocational, and personal social guidance. Now, when we talk of educational guidance, we try to guide youth on how to pursue their education. Every information needed to see them through educationally, we see them in those areas. We try to help them out. We guide them on maybe if you are taking your WAEC, subject combination, the course you want to read, and all that. And we help you to make a choice of course that you want to read. And how to be successful in your educational pursuit from any level to the level you want to get to. So when you look at educational guidance, they guide you right from what go. The truth here is that the youth of today are fortunate to have all these kind of, opportunities where during our time, there was nothing like that. But these days, you see institutions, educational institutions, they have counselors in their schools to guide children, to guide students, even at the primary school level. So You know, that opportunity, in olden days, you look at people were adults already before getting into university.
It's true.
But now you see children getting into the university younger than what it used to be.
True.
If supposing you were guided on your educational pursuit early enough, you wouldn't have gone to school at late age.
True.
Whatever you were supposed to have achieved educationally, you would have done it, you have achieved it earlier and probably settled down earlier too. So in educational guidance, we try to guide you on how to go about your education, how to read, if you get admission, how to adjust. And, you know, as you go to any school, you finish from secondary school, they guide you from there, you go to higher institution, they have counseling or guidance, counseling centers. In all higher institutions, they have. You have any difficulties, if you are not performing well, meet them. Meet counselors in the school. They'll be able to help you out. They guide you how to get your private timetable on how to read and pass and all that. So that is some of the things we do when we talk of educational guidance. And youth of today, they seem not to understand some of the reasons for all these things. So they have these facilities, that is the guidance counseling center, but they're not making use of them.
Okay.
So wherever they are listening to me in this program, they should try and make use of the opportunity they have. They are not paying for it.
Okay,
it's free.
Okay.
It's free. All those services are already paid for in your school fees. So they are free. You should try and make use of this thing to help you in your academic pursuit. And then secondly, I talked about the vocational. When we talk of vocational, we are talking about career. So many youths are lost on what to do for a living.
True. Purpose, discovering purpose.
Yes. But you see, as a counselor, when we guide you, we try to point out to you, we try to find out your area of interest and then encourage you in that line. We try to see where you are weak, where you are strong. Where you are weak, we say you should not focus on that. Where you are strong, we encourage you to move on in that area. We give you information that has to do with careers. And when we find out that you are good in this area, we give you a test, a kind of test. We do the analysis. When we analyze it, we discover that you are good in this area. We encourage you in that area. You see, sometimes, like I used to tell students, today, many students, you cannot really know their strong point because some of them, people write WAEC for them.
True.
And now when you are saying that because you have A1 in mathematics, let's give you maths-related course, you see them coming trying to change course.
Yes, course.
Why? If you are good and you have A1, why are you changing?
True.
You see, counselors are like medical doctors, whereby when you have stomach pain, you come to complain to a doctor that you have headache. The doctor will treat the headache, yes, and the stomach will remain, and your sickness remains there.
Yes.
So as a counselor, you are expected as a client to tell your counselor the whole truth. You don't hide anything from the counselor. It is only on that basis that the counselor will be able to help you. So in the career aspects, the counselor furnish you with information that will be beneficial to you. Like, on a normal note, a counselor is expected to be up to date.
True. To know the
You read the
trends.
dailies, the newspapers, you listen to news and all that. And so you will be able to tell what is happening, what are the current trending issues.
True.
And so you'll be able to push a client towards that direction. There is an opening in this place, and you read this. So apply for it. And also in vocational, things are changing. The world itself is changing. You no longer stick to the normal vocations we used to know. Like, for instance, now, we have different abilities. I advise graduates, youths who have graduated without job, don't be ashamed of anything. Anything you are doing genuinely to earn a living, don't be ashamed of it. That you have not gotten a job, you are a graduate, please learn one handwork. Do something. Is the issue of I'm a graduate doesn't show that I'm a graduate, and so what? The society now is not talking of being a graduate alone. What can you offer? What can you do with your hands? That's what matters now. So try in one way or the other to do one handwork or the other to earn a living. Many youths now, we expect them to go in diverse ways, since the world is changing. We change along with the situation of things. Yes, going to school is good, but now we have to add something, handwork or something that will bring income, rather than claiming I'm a graduate without jobs. So we encourage youth to go into different handworks. You remember there was a time that my son, when he was in JS3, long holiday, I sent him, he was learning barbing. My son was learning barbing. There's nothing you do now. The other day you saw a situation where a prof was a welder. They showed it.
Yes.
So it's no big deal. No one should be ashamed of what you do to earn a living. That is it. And then we try to see that children, there is some, sometimes there are some things children want to do, their parents will say no.
They'll make decisions.
Yes, they want there are some parents who want their children to take after them in their profession and things like that. We counselors, we don't encourage that. We encourage the ability we determine what the child will become. That is it. There are people who their fathers are medical doctors, children go into arts.
Yes.
They are lawyers and so on and so forth. So in counseling, we encourage you in your vocation based on your interests and abilities. Now we talk about the personal social guidance. This has to do with your relationship with other people. How you relate with your neighbor, how you relate with your spouse, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your classmates. You see, some students or youths, there are some people who have never left, let's say, take for instance, eastern part of Nigeria to the north. It's admission maybe that brought them here for the first time. And sometimes you need to adjust to your environment because the lifestyle in the east is different from the north.
Yes, very well.
Your dressing code have to change.
True.
So we try to talk out, to youth on how to live a life that you be acceptable by other people and how you relate with others, that there will be that cordial relationship. But even if not just youth, you are married, you are having challenges with your husband, counselor can talk in. They can come in and invite you and settle you. We send students out of our school to court of law, police station, hospitals, anywhere there are human beings, to interfere in several issues. Is it drug addicts and all manners? So you see, many we have gotten commendation from different areas of life as we send these children out. Some principals will come to us that we should please leave them with them for some time. And we say, no, it's a program. Once they are done, there's nothing we can do. You have to liaise with them if from time to time, if they can come and help you out. So basically,
that's because they are helpful to
yes, yes. In the hospital, there was a case of one of our students in teaching hospital where he served in pediatrics, that is a children's section. And there was a particular child, without the counselor in training, he will not take his drugs. The doctors will have to come and call this child, call the student in training, please come. We talk to the boy will accept even to eat and all that. Then they told us we have seen the value of guidance and counseling. You know, some court judges come to office to thank us. They can solve issues outside the court. But these issues are being brought to court. They will go aside and help them out. And so your relationship with others matters a lot. That is why the society is what it is today. You discover that some kind of attitude we display, if only you have the understanding, you will not behave that way.
True.
And for those of us who are psychologists, you know, when people behave somehow, we look at them, we smile and go away. You know where they are coming from.
True.
So we have that, you know, the knowledge of trying to see some kind of behavior that people display. We try to promote your relationship with other people. Unites you with people. Sometimes parent and child, father and son can have issues.
Of course.
It could be mother and daughter. It could be husband and wife. It could be roommates and the fellow roommates in the room. It could be classmates and all that. But when you have the understanding, in a relationship, sometimes it's like one plays the role of a fool, the other, you know, that is how it goes. That is what keeps the relationship. When you want to prove that you know every time, it will never work out. And so these are the areas that counselor comes in to try to see that they make a peace between you and probably to make you understand yourself.
But then, why is it that on this part, like in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, all those other mega cities, there's room for, maybe this is on the school setting now.
Yeah.
Why on a private level? Why don't we in the north? Why don't you people encourage that so that people open offices, you have challenges in marriage, what have you? There should be a place they can go to if they are not students.
Yes, you see, the awareness in the south is they are far ahead of us in the north.
Okay, awareness.
Yes. When you have a counseling office here, you have low patronage.
Okay.
We go for our national conference where you see people coming to renew their licensing. They have private offices. I used to know, the only one I know before was owned by one Professor Ibrahim Kolo, late Ibrahim, Professor Ibrahim Kolo.
In the north before?
Yes, in Kano.
Okay, in Kano.
He was one time our professional, that is Counseling Association of Nigeria. He was one time our national president.
Okay.
He's late now. He had one office in Kano. Yes, we as a profession, we try to use our association within the state to help people, even though we don't have private office. Like there was a case of a woman we relieved in Kofa. Okay. She was, is out of depression and all that, marital issues. She left husband's house and was around that Kofa area. And they pointed it out to us. People have been trying to take her away from the street. She didn't. And my colleagues, we went and were able to take her out of the place, rent a place for her in Tudunwada, gave her accommodation, and we put her there. We had to trace the family, and they were able to come and the daughter, we said the daughter should come and stay with her. We told the neighbors to help us watch after her. We check on her from time to time. And at the end of the day, she came out of that depression. There was another case of another woman, the same thing. She was in a FC gate. They draw our attention to it. We went there. We were able to, she fell sick. We treated her and all that. Call on her relations and were able to rehabilitate her. And in short, one of my colleagues had to follow her when we call on the relations. They came. The vehicle that took her back to her village, one of our colleagues had to follow them also. Now, street environment determines one's behavior.
True.
So you see, whatever we become today is either is hereditary or the environment you are brought up.
Yes.
So when you see the life in Lagos is different from here,
Very, very.
is the environment. The trust we have here, you can't do it in a larger town.
No, you can't. Right.
So these are the things that makes behavior. You see you go to certain environment, the behavior there is entirely different. When you go to Lagos, you see everybody as if something is chasing them. But here, it's cool.
True.
You understand?
Life is calm a bit.
Yes. So that is how it is.
So even though you are not a student, there are still guidance and counseling
services going on within the town.
So is it advisable on this program to maybe
call on me at any time there's any issue about the youth or any behavior problem you think that we can be of help? Call on us. We are readily available.
For outside
we are readily available. Even if it is not the institution, the association.
Okay.
Yes. I am the immediate chairperson of Counseling Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State chapter. So we are readily available. So
I think just like you've heard from our now, of course, to as many out there, maybe you may feel, no, this thing is only for students. No, it's not student, because now you see, apart from the institution, there is a body that covers that you could still reach out to people to seek help. Talk to somebody so that you don't go and just end up your life with one, because I think a lot of what we become in life is collective, collective efforts and choices. Like this, I did this, but so I think if you have aids like this, please run to them, take advantage of this. Our office is open. You can reach out to her in Federal College of Education, and you just heard that she's, is it the immediate, you said currently now?
The immediate past chairperson of Counseling Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State chapter.
So you see, so she's open anytime. And then, of course, you can even drop, if you have issues like that and you want to see a counselor, please drop in the comment section, and we'll ensure that we will refer you to her for at least immediate, because of course there's no time. You can keep saying you procrastinate, and before you know, just one thing, and then Nigeria is already a mess. There's so much going on. So just one thing, and then depression is easy for every Nigerian to just get depressed now, like as it is. So, okay. So to cover, what do you have to say to our young people out there? Those especially in school that don't even, till they finish from 100 level to final from NC1 to, they feel, they will not. Or another thing I think, because there are many questions before we're able to come up with this, they feel if they go to schools will know their secrets. Maybe a lady is struggling with, she got pregnant, and school may throw her out.
No. You see, let me tell you something. Have that confidence in a counselor. We have taken an oath as a counselor that whatever challenge you share with a counselor will never be revealed to another. Okay. So it's our watchword. Confidentiality is our watchword. And so no matter who you cannot share it with, you can share it with a counselor, and it will never get out. A counselor will never allow you to say anything and you will hear it outside, except with your permission, with the permission of the client. Okay. Except the client, for supposing we are having a counseling session as you and I are seated here right now, we're having a counseling session and somebody comes in, is not allowed to come in except you permit the person to come in.
Third party to come in.
Yes, that is our ethics. You don't share another person's
Personal.
issue with another. We don't do it. So that is it. Have confidence in a counselor. And you know, there is this saying that a problem shared is half solved. If you feel you go to your parents, you go to a friend, they will make jest of you, or people will hear it, please get a counselor and share your challenge. The counselor will take it personal. We are taught to put yourself in the shoe of that client. The counselor will go to any length to see that your problem or your issue is being resolved.
Now, thank you very much. I think now, to our amazing viewers out there, please take advantage of this. To as many out there, for as many people in our DM saying, okay, fraud is not the way out, what do I do? There is an alternative. If you meet a professional, they will give you an alternative. That you are good at that computer, that you are good at that thing, this that is being transmitted today, somebody made this mic. They are not even just, we have too many graduates in Nigeria, too many. So, of course, but then there is another way out. For you that is maybe into hookup or whatever you call that you do, the urgent money or whatever, there's something else you can do. If you can do that, then there's clearly, I want to think there is some other things that you could do that could fetch you something that could make you live a legal life, a good life. So please, and if you have something, like I've said, please drop it in the comment section. And I promise, for one, that we'll ensure that we get it through and connect you to people that can be of help to you. But lastly, do the government have any part to play in this? Now, this is institution, private. What is the government? Because you mentioned something, you say in the south, there's more awareness. In the north, what is the government doing to bring about this awareness? Are they doing anything, or is it the institution that is just making the awareness on theirs? Or is it this body of guidance and counseling that are bringing out these things? How, if you people want to make more awareness, what will be the platform that will carry this to make more awareness?
Well, on several occasions, the association, we normally meet in Kaduna, and sometimes radio covers the program.
Okay.
And we go to schools for career guidance, career talks here and there. Like me as a person, have been to Government Girls Secondary School in Samaru. Early this year, sometimes in March or so, I was in this government secondary school here in Kwangila. And Government Girls Secondary School, Dogombauchi.
Okay, but who is funding this? Or this is just...
It's personal. Okay, wow. WTC, they invited me, I went there. Barewa College, they invited me, I went there. And Queen Amina College in Kaduna, we've been going.
But I've noticed all of these things are mostly feminines. All of these schools you have mentioned are...
Those ones are, like Barewa is boys.
Okay, yeah, Barewa, okay. Sure.
Barewa is...
Okay, so it's not about maybe...
No, it's not gender sensitive. Okay. Any of the... Where we can gather youth and talk to them. We talk to them on drugs. We talk to them on many issues. We guide them against drugs and all manner of even political thuggeries and so on and so forth.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So, to our amazing viewers, please do justice to ensure you take advantage of everything you've learned today. And then, like I said, don't procrastinate. Straight up, you have this challenge, you need to talk to somebody. Please do that. You've heard on this channel, we have a guest here that told us how that in other nations in the world, you hardly can get help from anybody. But in this part of the world, if you talk to 1, 2, 3, 4 persons, you should be able to, one person at least. And like you said, I don't believe that statement said a problem shared is half solved is a lie. Because some people have said, you share your problem, it comes down to a national issue. It depends on who you shared it to. But I think, like you have heard, it's their ethics as a profession that once you share anything, that thing dies with them. Except with your own consent, they cannot share it. So that means whatever you have is safe with them. whatever. And then I don't think there's one thing that's so bad, because we have seen repentant murderers over there. And we have seen a lot of people that are in very bad things that are in good place today in life. So I don't think whatever is it that you're going through out there is you have come to the end of it. No. One doesn't come to the end of his, he or herself until death. So please do well to take advantage of this. Thank you very much. We love you. Cheers. And thank you very much for coming, man.
Thank you.